In the Jacksonville region, the stalled frontal boundary remains draped across southeast Georgia and northeast Florida, continuing to focus widespread diurnal convection. Morning stratiform coverage will increase by midday as the Atlantic sea breeze initiates along the coast and pushes inland, interacting with the boundary and inland troughing. A shortwave disturbance aloft enhances ascent through the afternoon, increasing thunderstorm coverage from southeast Georgia into the I-10 corridor and eventually north-central Florida. Weak steering flow will cause slow storm motions, and isolated boundary interactions could yield training cells or pulse severe updrafts. Hazards include brief downbursts, frequent lightning, and areas of localized flooding, particularly near terminals along US 95. Expect MVFR to brief IFR visibilities in stronger storms from 18Z through 1Z, with scattered coastal convection lingering over the Atlantic into the evening. Surface winds remain light, with onshore flow developing near the coast, and brief fog may form inland overnight. Further south near Melbourne, drier mid-level air and weak subsidence aloft will temper convective coverage slightly compared to previous days. Still, diurnal heating and a deep moist boundary layer will favor scattered afternoon convection, especially west of the US 1 corridor where sea breeze convergence enhances lift. Convection initiates near the Treasure Coast early, then spreads inland through mid-afternoon, peaking 19Z to 22Z. Storms will be slow-moving and loosely organized, with erratic outflow boundaries supporting brief redevelopment through early evening. Some cells could produce strong gusts, heavy downpours, or brief visibility drops, but coverage will be more isolated along the coast. VFR conditions prevail outside of convection. Surface winds remain light and easterly, veering southeast by late day. In the Tampa area, deep boundary layer moisture and weak westerlies remain in place. Morning will be dry, but by early afternoon convection develops inland as the Gulf sea breeze advances east. The highest storm coverage is expected across eastern Hillsborough and Polk counties, with isolated storms nearer to the coast. Storm motion remains slow and generally easterly, and scattered strong cells are possible where boundaries collide. Rain-cooled downdrafts may trigger short-lived gust fronts, especially late in the afternoon. Most convection dissipates by 0-1Z, with only patchy inland fog or low stratus developing overnight. Brief MV/FV SIGs are possible in heavier convection, but otherwise VFR dominates. Winds will remain light and southwesterly, with sea breeze passage near the coast after 19Z. South Florida and the Miami area remain in a very moist and weakly sheared environment. Though subsidence from ridging to the north may reduce storm coverage slightly, there is still ample instability and lift from the sea breeze to support scattered afternoon convection. Expect storms to initiate over interior Miami-Dade and Broward counties by 18Z and push inland slowly, with some redevelopment possible along outflows later in the evening. The steering flow is weak enough that storm motion may stall or reverse near the Everglades, increasing rainfall totals locally. Hazards include downpours, erratic wind gusts, and brief airport impacts, especially at terminals like OPF, TMB, and HST. Convection diminishes after sunset with mostly VFR conditions overnight, though patchy fog may develop inland toward sunrise.